Hi, everyone. It's Devin again. So I tried to record our onboarding meeting earlier, but unfortunately, we had a bit of a hiccup and the technology didn't work. So I'm just going to do a very quick overview about our onboarding process. And I'm sorry we couldn't capture all of the awesome questions that people asked earlier. I will try to address those as I present a little bit about this information. So I'm going to send this out. And feel free, if you have follow-up questions, to email us or reach out. Very excited to have everybody on board. And we are going to do a more formal hello and getting to know everybody on our trainings. So please have fun with this and onboarding. Please let me know if you have questions, and then we will continue to get to know each other as we continue the training. So let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about the cohort right now. So here's our model. I am Devin. For those of you who don't know me, I'm from the Curiosity Machine team, and the Curiosity Machine team will be supporting everybody in our partner cohort to lead this program. We have about 60 partner sites right now. We also have a different pathway for our people who find the website and decide to complete the program at home. So while I'm mostly going to be focusing on these partner sites because we are working on onboarding all of you, it's a very global cohort of about 60 sites around the world, leading the program with over 3,500 participants. So that's very exciting to see. And we will have one or more project leads at each site. Earlier today, we had a few questions about who are coaches and how many are eligible. So we would recommend having multiple coaches at your site. If you are one site, we would recommend having at least 2 coaches just because of the logistics required and the time required to run the program. But many sites we anticipate will have more than 2 coaches. We have people leading cohorts of 5 sites. We assume that there will be many coaches that are trained to lead this. And so as part of the onboarding, there is a section where we are asking you to include the other coaches that you know of on the form, so we have their contact information and know about them as well, so we can begin getting the right people on the communication trail. So our partner sites, we had an incredible batch of people applying. We had so many people who were interested, and we carefully selected you all from throughout the world because we felt like you guys represented the sites that had thought the most deeply and were serving families that needed the support and were excited about the program. We have a lot of partner sites implementing at multiple locations. So a lot of you are not just leading in one location. A lot of you have multiple locations where you're leading this program. And our partner sites are really, for us, we call you partners because we collaborate together. We're building this program together. We want to support you and make sure that this works for your families and for your location. So this is really a partnership between us. And I just want to be sure to emphasize that because we're excited to lead this and adapt this and make sure that it is a great program throughout the world. So these are a little bit about the goals, and we're going to go over this in the training as well. So I'm not going to go too far into this right now. Just a little bit about the training. So as part of the onboarding, we are asking you to complete 2 trainings. There are multiple times for those trainings. They are 90 minutes via webinar. This is a very global cohort, and I recognize that those trainings are potentially falling in the middle of the night for some of you. Please do not feel like you have to join. We will record them. We will be sure to send those out, and we also have a format for you to meet individually with our team members if that is a better fit for you. So if you're seeing those training times and thinking to yourself that that's not going to work for you, please just on the form let us know. We do not expect anybody to come at 3 a.m. So I just want to emphasize that. Another thing I would like to emphasize is that I am sending out a box of materials to all of our partner sites for the first with materials for the first 5 design challenges. So part of our trainings will be to complete those design challenges together. Now, as I mentioned, we're a very international cohort, which is exciting, but it means maybe your training boxes are not going to get to you in time. I'm shipping from the US, and so I wanted to link to the materials, and in case you are not able to get the box that I send in time, if you can try to have access to the materials. They are very basic materials like cardboard and straws and string. There are a few more unique things like battery holders, DC motor, stuff like that. And feel free, if you have questions, again, to reach out to me. This is a very broad overview because I don't want to go too in depth here for everybody. I had a few questions about materials earlier. Some people were worried about if they live in a part of the world where it can be hard to access things, what should they do? It was a great question. And if you live in a part of the world where you cannot find something, please contact your Curiosity Machine site lead. We will work with you on getting those materials. We definitely want to set people up for success and help you guys in getting those materials if it's needed. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the onboarding package. Everybody has received sort of an individualized package. So this is a general one I'm just going to go over very quickly. We ask that you onboard by January 16th. And the way that you onboard is by reviewing this packet that I'm about to talk about and completing the form. So basically the form is where you submit all of the packet materials. We ask that you complete your 2 fund dispersal forms and combine them in a PDF, then email them to your Curiosity Machine lead. And then finally, we ask that all coaches at your site complete the pre-survey, which is linked on the Google form and also linked here. And not just you, anybody that you know is going to be a coach at your site. If you can complete that pre-survey, it's important for us to get that done before we do any sort of trainings or sessions, just because we want to evaluate our programs in a way that is accurate. And so part of that is just getting our baseline information. So this is a very high-level timeline breakdown. Again, our program is adaptable, so I don't want anyone to look at this timeline, and if they know one of these dates isn't going to work, that's okay. Like, just be communicative with us. This is just a breakdown to help you guys understand the timing of things throughout the year. So that is the end of the grant acceptance letter. So on the form, when it asks you to sign and turn that in, this is the grant acceptance letter. You can either type in your signature and download it and upload it onto the form, or you can print this out, sign it, take a picture, and upload it. Either way works for us. The next part of the onboarding packet is the fund dispersal forms. So we have wire instructions that everybody needs to fill out, as well as W-8 or W-9 forms, depending on where you are in the world. You pick one of those to complete. We have the instructions and the forms. So if you can please download those both, complete them, and email them to your Curiosity Machine person. If you are having any difficulties with this, we've heard from a few people that it's a bit complicated. Please feel free to reach out. We have an awesome accounting person at Iridescent that can help us with those. So just feel free to let us know if you have questions there. The next part of this onboarding packet is the program agreement. So this is just a bit of an agreement about what Curiosity Machine will provide, and as well as what we expect our program partners to do. So there shouldn't be anything too new in here. One thing I would like to note is we are building out social media kits and program resource kits. You will get those with the trainings. Let me see. There are some branding agreements. Basically, it's just to asking you all to remember, as you get press, as you build websites, as you write things up, to include our logo, the Curiosity Machine logo, and give credit to the organization as well. So there's some guidelines on how to do that. As you onboard, we are also asking for your organization's logo and any requirements there, because we would also like to publicize the fact that we are working with you around the world to bring this program. All right, so again, it's asking for a signature, so upload the program agreement to the form. These are rules about eligibility for the competition. So we know that maybe at your site, not everybody is going to fall into these age groups. That's okay. To run the program, you can have people falling outside of this. If you want them to submit to be eligible for the competition, these are some of the rules about that. For those of you who are part of the Technovation cohort, this should look very similar. So you can run the program, and then it is an optional submitting to the competition. It's supposed to be a motivator for the families to help them work their way through the curriculum. So if families are interested, they can submit for the competition. Next is a code of conduct. It's just basically we want to make sure our participants are safe, as do you. So here are just some basic code of conduct thoughts. So once we have worked our way through the onboarding packet, you are asked to submit a lot of things onto the form. So this form is basically asking for your email, organization, like I said, the other contacts that you would like included on communications. It's asking you to submit your logo, to let us know about your social media information, which trainings you would like to attend, and then the transfer of funds. So basically confirm that you have sent the transfer of funds documents, submit those signed grant acceptance and program agreements letters. We are asking you to create a Curiosity Machine account. So for those of you who haven't already seen our website, curiositymachine.org, that is the website. I think a lot of you are probably familiar with this. So we're asking you to sign up. Once you do that, you will choose to be an educator. Once you create your username and your educator account, link it here so we can put you onto all of our specific partner resource informational things on our site. Pre-survey for all of your coaches, I mentioned that earlier. Are you planning a launch or a kickoff event? This is optional. This is not required, but if you are, we would love to hear more about the format and what you're planning to do, just so we have a better understanding of how the program is being adapted and implemented throughout the world. This next one is a question that I added actually from our talk earlier today. So we have an incredible global cohort and we want to connect you all, and a lot of people were already excited to start talking to each other. So we want to see what makes sense for connecting. If you are part of the Technovation group, you are probably familiar with Slack. That's how we connect a lot of our Technovation communities. But we also have a Facebook group option. There was an idea to have the community sort of just meeting and chatting once a month. We are open to whatever ideas. So if you have an idea that you would like to add, feel free to put that there. Finally, the other thing I just wanted to mention was we have an FAQ section all about the AI Family Challenge. So it has like, what are the materials, what are the timelines, who's a coach, any of these questions. That can be found if you go to our Curiosity Machine site, you go to About Us, you click on FAQs, and you can find them right there. All right, so thank you everyone for taking the time to watch this. I hope it was helpful, and I hope that we are able to get everybody onboarded and very excited to do those trainings in the upcoming weeks. Do not hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. So thanks everybody.